Hi, my name is Destiny Street, and this is my strategy to improve Landoll's council. So our first issue is management. Management, the issue with management was the owner of the hotel usually does everything while the general manager does not as much as she was doing. She was doing everything, solving all the problems, and all the employees would go to her instead of the general manager. Um, and the general manager did not have great problem solving skills compared to the owner. To solve this issue, the owner should take a step back and allow the general manager to learn for themselves. The general manager should take training and train the other managers in their positions to become more organized. They should develop strategic direction for each week to help satisfy the guests. Some positive impacts is less confusion and more communication, more organization between the different departments. Employees will be more motivated and inclined to do their job because they know who to go to and they know what their role is. And then there will be a balance between expenses and revenue. It will develop a balance because everybody knows their positions and everyone knows what is expected of them and what is expected to satisfy the guests. The ability to produce feedback and growth is another positive impact. And some negative impacts will be expenses for training. General manager may experience a rise in stress. Employees may be defiant in the beginning. They may not they'd be like, no, they probably wouldn't agree with it. But over time, they will get used to it. There may be some demotivation of employees. They may experience some demotivation because of the strategic planning that they do. And they may also experience discouragement with creativity. But I think there will be other areas for them to be creative in their job so they can still enjoy their job while serving others and being there for the guests. Issue number two will be food and beverage. So there is no organization in the kitchen. They did not have a system for their tickets. And when the food is made, they don't bring it exactly right out. The food sits over there on the warmer, but they don't know what table it's for. And another issue is the chef is the general manager and he hasn't made everything on the menu. And the reason why is because he said people haven't ordered it. So I feel like I believe that there should um be something different for them. You can also see them cooking the meat on the same grill as the fish. And that raises concern for cross contamination. There are cross contamination going on, and the bar was also unorganized and not appealing to the eyes of people. So I believe to solve these issues, they would need to communicate and create an online system in the kitchen for tickets and food. This system will help them time and know which table goes to the food goes to. They need to order another grill and possibly make some renovations on the kitchen and maybe even change the layout for where their food is being sat for the warmer. They should reevaluate their menu to what they can make and are the favorites of guests, or they could hire a new chef that is equipped to create everything on the menu. Not everyone should be the leader in the kitchen. It should be one person they listen to and go to when issues arise in the kitchen. So positive impacts it will improve communication and reduce confusion. There is a reducing errors in food waste. It will support high service volume more smoothly. It will create a more functional and updated kitchen space when there's more than one grill, or even just doing the renovations will make it a more functional kitchen. Um, It will reduce cross contamination. They won't be cooking the food on the same thing because people have allergies. So you have to consider people's allergies because if you're cooking the fish with the steak, then oh, the person who eats steak and they're allergic to fish, they might have an allergic reaction. And then you're gonna have to solve that problem, and you don't want to do that. So let's reduce cross contamination. Um, when you remove certain items off the menu, it can focus on dishes the kitchen can already execute well, the ones that have been made before. And it will simplify kitchen operations and reduce inventory waste because you're not going to order the food that is needed to make the items that are not being sold. And if you do, then they just go to waste because they don't get used. And then another solution is getting a new chef. And so you bring this chef in, and this chef will have all this expertise, and there will be a stronger leadership position. And I know that when the new chef comes, it will reduce confusion as well and improve the communication between everybody, the servers, the um cooks, the other cooks that are in the kitchen, and even with the general manager. So it will be very helpful. And then it also ensures the full menu can be executed properly. If you don't want to remove items off your menu, get someone with more expertise. Some negative impacts will be they may face resistance with staff, the cost for software and training and for renovations may be high. You have to have the money. There could be technical issues that may disrupt operations. The risk of disappointing loyal customers who like certain food items that were removed and adding new people cost money and time, and then they have to get acquainted with the current team, the current staff. So there may be some resistance with that if they don't like who has been added to the staff. Um, Issue number three is maintenance. The outside of the building looked amazing, but once you entered the building, it was a disappointment. Everything was dusty and dirty. The furniture wasn't up to date. Like the TV in the lobby was a TV from when they built the building. A lot of things in the building was from when the building was first built. And then the other issue was it was dead bugs. You saw dead bugs on the windowsill, dead bugs just laying around. And to solve this issue, they should hire some housekeepers and they should renovate, update the furniture in the hotel and even in the event space. Because in the event space, they had different colors. And the colors, even though it was white, it was different types of white. There was ivory, there was regular white. Like it didn't look appealing to the eyes of the customers. Some positive impacts, it will reduce the workload on existing staff, improve cleanliness and hygiene standards, increase efficiency in room turnover and event cleanup, makes the space more attractive and modern, keeps the hotel competitive, and then increases the value and appeal of the property for events, weddings, and meetings. Some negative impacts will be high upfront costs for renovation and furniture, the risk of going over budget, or the timeline if not managed properly. Scheduling and managing a larger team may add complexity, and then it also requires strong management and increases labor costs. Issue number four would be marketing and advertising. They aren't receiving the right amount of attention for their location. They host weddings, but it's not a high number for events. They also have a low number for stays. And when you market and advertise, you will have an increase in those numbers. So they should offer deals and specials on their stays into loyal guests, develop a social media presence with a marketer for weddings. They could offer a special to the wedding party and post on social media about their weddings and create a portfolio. Positive impacts would be attract new guests and encourage return loyal customers. You can build your guest loyalty. You enhance the hotel's competitive edge, increases brand visibility, showcases events, positive reviews, and promotions, but it also helps build a visual portfolio of the real weddings that they have hosted. It makes the hotel more appealing for weddings and large bookings. So that means more money, more revenue coming in. But the negative impacts will be it'll be poor. It could poor inconsistent social media presence could hurt the reputation more than help. Discounts for wedding parties might reduce immediate revenue, requires strong coordination between staff, marketing, and event teams to deliver a flawless guest experience. Poorly targeted deals could attract short term customers rather than long term loyalty, and it may reduce profit margins. And then issue number five, the final issue is the event coordination. The hotel does not offer food tasting, and the event planner does not have training, and they did not have options for decorations. And so, with that being said, they also didn't rehearse the ceremony and dinner. And so that made it more chaotic and more stressful. So the event coordinator should become trained and fully equipped. They should offer food tasting for a set menu for the wedding guests, and there should also be a rehearsal for the ceremony and dinner. And the reason I say offer food tasting is so it can reduce the food wastage, because they would do buffet style, but buffet style, not everybody eats everything. So I know buffet style is a cheaper way, but it will reduce the food wastage and reduce costs. So positive impacts, it will lead to more professional and seamless execution, reduce mistakes and last minute chaos, increase overall guest satisfaction, and positive reviews. Gives kitchen the chance to prepare and plan ahead, builds trust with clients. That's the number one, because if they have trust, then word of mouth, other people will come. It helps staff understand their roles and responsibilities in advance, reduce anxiety for the wedding party and vendors, and it will reduce anxiety for the staff. When there's anxiety, stress and chaos arise. But if anxiety is reduced, there will be less mistakes. Some negative impacts, it requires additional time and space. It could increase costs. It might take away from day-to-day duties during the training process when the event planner coordinator she gets her training done. It may take away from her day-to-day, but it will be beneficial in the end. It requires investment in training and resources. She has to have the right resources to grow the event coordination area. And then there could be scheduling conflicts as well. And the scheduling conflicts could be with the hotel or even with the people for wedding parties. It just depends. But through communication, that could be reduced, in the right management will reduce the amount of conflicts with scheduling. Thank you. That was my presentation. I'm out. Bye.